Hey guys, Shawn here from the Ollin group. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Good start to your week. I was going to try and get on here yesterday, but time-wise just kind of didn't work out. It was one of those days full of sessions. But I'm on here today. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Again, if you're on here live, I always encourage, I love when people, contribute, even if it's just a thumbs up or, hey, a hand waving to say hello, a comment, a question. But likewise, if you're on here watching the replay or if you're on YouTube, please feel free to comment. The more the merrier. I know sometimes people think like there's stupid questions or their contribution isn't significant, but I think any question is good, any contribution is good. If you have a question, chances are somebody else also has a question, or if you have a contribution, chances are somebody will benefit from it. So on that note, I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, so what I want to talk about today, well, as the title says, the resistance is futile. So I really want to talk about why overcoming it can change not only your business, but your entire life as a whole. You know, I was looking at, kind of going, I'm not perfect, as I'm sure you can imagine. I'm good at what I do in terms of working with people, helping people out, creating transformation, breakthroughs, etc., etc. And I can do that for myself to a degree too, but I really believe that we all need help sometimes in that process, that we really can't do it alone. Why? Because somebody who is trained in the right way, who has the experience, the relevant experience, can help guide us and help us see things and create a shift in perspective, in perception that we can't do on our own. And I was lucky enough last night to be working with my wife, Kelly, who is very, very gifted when it comes to, and experienced when it comes to what we call forgiveness work. And very simply, I was struggling with a couple of challenges, a couple of core beliefs that have really dominated my life in many, many ways. Really created a lot of areas of struggle where there didn't necessarily need to be struggle, areas of unconscious sabotage, self-sabotage, things like that. And really been working hard around these lately and around the stories, the narratives that are created based on these beliefs. Anyway, there's a piece that came up yesterday, and Shawn helped me go a little bit deeper and work on these. So I took her up on it. Now, why I bring that up? Well, initially, I was pretty, I wanted to kind of, work with her and get her help, but I was resistant. I was hesitant. Has anybody ever experienced that? You can give a thumbs up or whatever if you have. So I was resistant to doing the work, even though I really wanted to. And anyway, I said yes. So we got started, and the exercise she took me through was, well, very enlightening, but also very, very difficult. One, just for myself, but two, the fact that I had to share with her what I was writing down made it very, very difficult. One, just to share what I was writing down, my own challenge, my own struggles, my own story. But two, because it's my wife and because of the history we have. So I was resisting. I was a part of me really wanted to avoid sharing, was hesitant to share. But, I knew that I needed to. I've been doing this long enough, helping other people, working on myself, and my commitment to that transformation is total, and has to be if we really want to get anywhere, if we really want any kind of transformation, any kind of breakthrough, if we really want to not only reach our potential and our goals, but to actually live the life that we're called to live. It has to be total. So anyway, going back to the story. So here we are working on it, and I'm sharing this with her. I'm answering the questions. But the whole time there's this part of me that was just resisting, and I could feel it, and I'm sure she could too. We kind of talked about it a little bit. But I realized that this more out, and the process was wonderful. In the end, a lot of resistance broke down, and that's where I actually started to break through. Okay. Now, if I'm really honest, I think there's probably a level of resistance that I didn't let go of. Why is that a problem? Well, because it didn't allow me to go maybe as deep as I could have in terms of the process, in terms of the transformative process. Now, not the end of the world, but there's a bigger gift, a bigger opportunity available to me last night that I probably, could have seized. Why do I bring this up? Well, like I said, I realized this for myself, and so I recommitted today to going even deeper, recommitted to seeing through that resistance and the narrative and the story. Honestly, you guys, I don't know what it's like for you, but I know for myself. And by the way, this applies to business or personal life, either or. I'll get to that in a minute. So I don't know what it's like for you, but I know that where was I going with that? Shoot, I lost my thought. Oh, that when it comes to that commitment to transformation or to growth, if you want to use that word, to truth, if you want to use that word, but to really realizing my deepest potential, my deepest calling, my deepest authentic self or authentic voice. It was one of my coaches told me this, and I've gone over it many times since, and come back to it, but it really started to hit home this last little while, but especially last night was like a catalyst. That for me, it has to be a moment by moment by moment decision to remain committed to my, to that purpose, to that bigger picture, to that overall commitment. So I don't know if you guys have ever experienced the same, but I know that for me and all the clients that I work with, I really encourage this. It has to be a moment by moment commitment that we make over and over and over again. Otherwise, these patterns of resistance, of avoidance, of indecision, procrastination, withdrawal, whatever it is, these patterns reassert themselves over and over and over again. And they tend to dominate our lives, many times where we don't even really see what's happening. It becomes unconscious. So that unconscious self-sabotage that I mentioned. So why is this important? Well, you'll find, I'll give you some examples. So for instance, I've seen people who are really good at setting and hitting goals. So goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. And they seem very confident, very successful. And when it comes down to it though, I can think of a couple people in particular. They felt unfulfilled by those goals. It felt hollow, like a hollow victory. Even though they were happy, content with it, satisfied, underneath, deep down, there was something missing. Okay. Another example would be where you start to make progress and then something happens and you falter. So let's say you start your workout, you're good for a week or two, and then you slip up and kind of try again and slip up again, or the same thing on your diet, or take any pattern: procrastination, laziness, depression, anxiety. Just maintaining our daily practices, which is paramount for our well-being. Meditation, prayer, journaling, whatever, working out, preferably a combination of some of those things. So when we have this resistance, lots of times we're not really consciously aware of it, but this resistance really tends to show up in ways where we don't want it. It stops us from any forward momentum, or we get to a certain point and it stops us. Let's put it that way. I think I shared this. Well, I'm sure I did. I would have, because it's my favorite quote. But I shared this recently on a video. Carl Jung's definition of enlightenment. He said enlightenment is making the unconscious in you conscious. Otherwise, it'll show up externally, and you call it fate. So that'll only, we'll look at it as blame, blaming other people, blaming the situation, blaming the market, for instance. Blaming your advertising, blaming whatever, right? That's one example. Or withdrawal in relationships. So instead of really taking responsibility for how we feel, we then project it, or we distance ourselves energetically, emotionally from those people who we actually want to be closer to, whether it's an intimate relationship, a child, a sibling, a parent, or even clients and coworkers. Different type of connection, but it's the same thing. So resistance really has a detrimental effect in our lives, you guys. Has anybody ever noticed where resistance shows up in your life? Whatever form it takes, like avoidance, procrastination, withdrawal, all these different forms. Type in, or say, or hands up, whatever, if you've noticed resistance in your life. Or let's say an opportunity comes along to actually step up to a new level in your business, in your relationship, whatever. And you might not feel any kind of resistance consciously. You might not feel any fear or nervousness, but you'll come up with all kinds of excuses and justifications why not to pursue it. So here's what I'm gonna get you guys to do. Very simply, this will be like a pointer. It'll kind of point you in the direction that you really are called to go and that you're capable of going when it comes to your own resistance, however that shows up in your life. I've got 3 questions for you can ask. And when you ask them of yourselves, what I would encourage you to do is write in depth your answer. Really go down deep inside and say, okay, what is the answer? What more is their answer? Go as deep as you can with this. The deeper the better. Why? Because you pull out these beliefs that honestly you guys have been running your life, my life, all of us, well, for as long as we've been around. These beliefs are really, really powerful. So if we want to create the success, the fulfillment that we really desire, we need to have a look at these beliefs that are running the show. Okay, so first question, answer as deeply as you can. What, if you were to know, what have you been avoiding in your business or in your personal life? So if you were to know, what have you been avoiding? By the way, the personal life affects the business and vice versa. So you work on one area, you improve the other, even if it's good. So what have you been avoiding? Second question, is there something so uncomfortable that you're avoiding even bringing it up with yourself? Now, it doesn't have to be some major trauma, by the way. It could be just a mistaken belief that we have. Like, let's say, oh, nobody loves me, or I'm all alone, or I'm not good enough, or I'm lazy, or whatever. It could be something very innocent that we've just blown out of proportion. It could be a big trauma. There's a lot of variety there. So is there something so uncomfortable you're afraid to even bring it up? Third question. This is where you can begin the process of change. How do I want to put it? Let's say you've confronted and overcame whatever it is you're avoiding. You confronted and overcame whatever that is. How would you feel about your life at that point? And what would happen? What would happen if you confronted and overcame it? Two-part question. How that works too. So just quick review of the questions. What have you been avoiding, if you were to know? Is there something so uncomfortable you're afraid to even bring it up with yourself or with others? And what would happen? How would you feel if you overcame it? So 3 powerful questions to begin the process of transformation if you're really serious about seeing what you're actually capable of. By the way, most of us, probably 99% of us, don't realize our fullest potential because of these beliefs, because of these things we don't face. So if you really want to find it, let's go for it. So I've got 2 things you can do with that. Answer your questions, journal the heck out of it. Really, really get in depth if you can. The bigger the answer, the better result you're going to get. Let's put it that way. But what you can do, number 1, is if you feel comfortable, you can share it in the comments section, either on Facebook or YouTube, or you can direct message me. Message me and share what you come up with. I'd love to hear from you. So that's number 1. Number 2, I should probably let you know, because we're on here right now. For anybody who's watching this that was a past client, this is more a past client special. But basically, if you've thought about coming back to coaching, you'd like a little bit more support, you found a new, you have a new goal, or you'd like to set new goals or find a new action plan, or you'd like to overcome something, whatever. If you'd like to come back, some people are aware of this, some people aren't, but I have a 3-month package. This is only new as of this year, a 3-month package. So that's 6 sessions. And by the way, this applies to new clients as well, the actual package, but the special is just for returning clients. It's on the page, so you can check it out on the page. But basically, you have the 6 sessions, and for returning clients only, it's 40% off the regular price. This is only a short-term special. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how long I'm going to run it for. Reason I'm running it because I wanted to actually do something. I've run a couple specials recently. I don't normally do it, and it's kind of a way of giving back and a way of actually helping to fill 2 spots I'd like to fill. So it's kind of an incentive. I'm going to be totally transparent. It's an incentive, and it's a way of showing gratitude both. Okay, so the regular price for the 3 months, for anybody new, the regular price is $9.97 a month for 3 months. For anybody returning, very, very special offer, it's 40% off. So it's $5.98 a month. So there's only a couple spots available. If you're watching this, I'd love for you to have one. What you can do is just contact me, or you can phone me directly or text me directly, 778-533-2459. Be happy to work with you. Hopefully give you one of those spots. If not, it's roughly every 3 months that a new spot becomes open. Anyway, with that, you guys, this is Shawn K. Carpenter from the Ollin Group. I hope you got a little bit out of this video today, that you take the time to answer those questions, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Cheers.